Hello everyone, welcome back to Starfield. Last episode was an absolute mess and I apologize for it. Yeah, it seems Aquila, both the city and the entire planet, mind you, are just crash fests. It is particularly bad because there's a lot of good quests there, but yeah, it just keeps crashing. Oh, and by the way, found out that those Varun ships that you meet very early on just kind of stay there. So I kind of just went and stole an entire ship, gave it some automatic turrets, and upgraded it from class A to B. So yeah, now it's like a proper battleship kind of deal, but I should go over what we're doing today. We are not going to do another main quest, and we're not going to do deputized. We are going to do... Hold on, where did it go? Wait, did it just get removed? Hold on. Hold on, it's here, right? Somewhere? Yeah, here it is. Eyewitness. I thought it had a completely different logo. Yeah, we were really... I was doing this a while ago, and then I got wrapped up in the Crimson Fleet quest. So we go up to Mast, I believe? Yeah, it says Mast. And I believe... Wow, okay, I accidentally quick-saved faster than the game auto-saved. Yep. We are going to meet Hadrian.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I was earlier. So... in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC, it's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War. Former head of the UC Navy. They called him Vae Victis. Woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin. A title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
But you're a clone of a man? How's that work?
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked.
Are there others from your program still out there? Other clones?
I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it.
This Vae Victis must have been an impressive commander for the UC to want to clone him.
He would have happily told you he was one of the greats. Ultimately, though, it didn't matter. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned.
All right. And I thought my family was messed up? No. You're not your father if the cabinet doesn't see that. It's their problem, not yours.
I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here.
All right, I need to go take care of some things.
Come find me when you're done.
All right, well, I'm going to make a hard save right here and go do it.
Still no word from the cabinet. Anything you wanted to discuss in the interim?
Yeah, what are the risks of us accessing this data?
Eye strain from the amount of reading I've got on the horizon if we succeed. The Terrormorph project never went anywhere. It couldn't. They're deadly creatures, but they aren't xenoweapons. The cabinet not opening the archives is probably a bigger risk than them handing over the files. That data itself isn't dangerous, which probably wouldn't be a bad point for us to bring up, should the opportunity arise.
Any suggestions on what I should say to the cabinet?
Well, thinking about it more, I suspect there'd be value in sharing the fact that the Terrormorph project was, well, a failure. There's no need to be afraid of this data being weaponized. Knowing that should calm some of the cabinet's fears and make it easier for us to dispel any suspicions the other factions might have about our intentions.
Interesting. Wait, your eyes, they're red. Is that a result of the cloning process? That's interesting.
That's actually a souvenir from my time on Mars. The Red Devils unit I was a part of, they were founded by recruits who'd worked some of Mars' deepest mines. Folks used to adversity. The dust at those depths, it seeps into everything. The human eye included. Where the name Red Devils came from in the first place. It became an unwritten rite of passage that anyone wanting to enlist with the Devils had to do a stint in the mines before they could join up. The Devils were always talked about in such revered tones during my training, so as soon as I was old enough, I signed up. And the eyes were my parting gift.
Interesting. I don't have any more questions.
Then I guess it's just a matter of...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Sounds like our cue.
All right.
Here we go.
Me and my fancy beret and poncho. And I'm going to make a hard save right here. So I have 2. Boom. What? I thought it was telling me to go up again.
Ah, and that must make you the Captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for bringing us this information. You can imagine my surprise when I was informed you were also the agent involved in the debacle between SYSDEF and the Crimson Fleet. Still quite a mystery how that all went so wrong. In fact, some of Commander Ikande's few remaining compatriots even went so far as to suggest we were making a mistake granting you an audience at all, and that we should instead strap you in irons. Tell me, why would they think something like that?
Oh, wow. To tell you the real truth, the UC never had a chance. Fleet's too damn clever. I'd know.
I guess you would, given your previous activities. Lucky for you, then. The UC has other needs for you. Let's get to business. We have 2 petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno-Warfare Team's Terrormorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
Interesting. Let me look at my options. Ooh, we need the archival data to find a way to stop a possible Terrormorph apocalypse.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, Terrormorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the Chief Diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask, how many deaths the Cabinet requires to act? 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this Terrormorph seem at all alarming to you?
Ooh. Ooh, yeah, this one. It wiped out an entire colony that never saw it coming, and that's pretty alarming.
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
If there is a chance what happened on Tau Ceti could happen anywhere else, we need to grant the request.
I'm inclined to agree.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to...
Uh-oh.
What was that?
Attention. Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport.
My crew.
Terrormorphs.
Terrormorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
There will be plenty of time for conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. Nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, We'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind you. Let's get down there.
All right. My goddamn crew is down there. In a shiny new ship I took off of some Varoon crazies. Let's hope my ship doesn't get damaged.
You!
What the hell?
Damn rifle, grab it! Now!
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Please!
That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got.
Oh, this one gives you a tutorial on how to use EM weapons.
Can't stop!
I'm out, and I'm also killing these people.
Thank God you got here when you did. I just wish it hadn't come to that.
Yeah, what the hell happened back there, Captain? There's no excuse for using lethal force here.
Alright, then I'm just gonna fucking reload that. Yeah, I did not mean to do that at all. So let's try for round 2. I might have to take off my spacesuit, or whichever part actually causes the incendiary effect. I did not want to do that.
You! The EM rifle, grab it!
I realize, it, funnily enough, got randomized. It said...
Now hit him with everything you've got.
Stop! We're trying to help you!
Can't stop!
Yeah, I should have bought a Nova Light. Or whatever the other one is.
Lights out on that one.
All right.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting. I've seen this before. They were under the Terrormorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terrormorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like we need to hustle.
Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
So no explosives, no crazy weapons. All right. Okay. Let's see if I can do this slowly, one at a time. Knock them all out.
My God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move.
Spaceport District. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Oh shit, it pushed through.
You might back up! Don't just stand there! Good!
Son of a bitch.
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real!
God.
You have to put down that board!
They didn't give us much of a choice.
God. God damn. Oh, thank God my ship's okay.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts?
Oh my God, it's Officer
There's whatever
Yumi.
we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad, but we're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before, huh? Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need, but I can't risk them taking over any more men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Speak to the fire team. Should I?
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terrormorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here, but we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us.
I want you on our backs.
Roger that. We're on you.
I hate false alarms. Gotta stay sharp.
We got 2, and they've already destroyed his ship. Oh, let's see what else I have in my magical bag. Oh, I don't know, an auto rivet, maybe a bridger will help here, but the Big Bang's all I've got. Holy hot damn. From the looks of it, this would have been a really good ship. What in the hot damn? It's only attacking me and I have no chance to actually reload.
We'll put this to good use.
Okay, now to the other one, which is behind my goddamn ship.
Hostile going down!
Hit their flank! Now! Now! Target acquired!
All wrapped up.
Oh, fuck. Oh, that's nice.
We should go tell the sergeant what happened.
Damn, dude. Okay, we lost one dude. The fire team leader, but we didn't lose the secondary marine. I guess he turned on us right at the end. Damn. Well, at least my ship's still standing. Blue flight has to stay in the air, though. Alright. God damn. Anything else here I can take? I'm gonna just take everything. Okay, Yumi.
Thank the heavens you're back in one piece. Though I guess our people weren't so lucky.
Their sacrifice wasn't in vain. The city's safe now.
The few protecting the many.
And it would have been plenty more if it hadn't been for the two of you. The city owes you both a debt after this.
We were just in the right place at the right time. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terrormorphs have been dealt with. Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Oh, right. God damn. I was expecting to fight more people. But it's all safe now.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Yeah. Wow, that's a nice suit, though. Wish I would have found one of those early on instead of having to go and rush the Mantis mission. And I've already been finding armor that is outclassing the Mantis now. Alright. Yeah, that was a total screw up earlier. I accidentally fried 2 of those people.
My partner's all right. He's getting stitched up instead of zipped up, thanks to you.
All right. Cabinet chambers. Let's give them the good news and the bad news.
That's a relief to hear. Thank you, gentlemen. Let your people all know how much we owe them today.
Yes, ma'am.
Ah, there you are. I believe we have some things we should discuss.
My officers were unprepared for what happened at the spaceport.
Those creatures killed UC citizens. They're not killing anymore.
All right. President.
Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the Cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today, as well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terrormorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Agreed. Thank you.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terrormorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxy are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative.
Well, I can't be a representative. I'm just a Vanguard nobody.
We see your atypical background as a strength, not a hindrance. The people you'll be dealing with, they're rather atypical themselves. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us?
You can count on me.
I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
Heroes were minted down
Wow.
at that spaceport.
All right.
That includes you.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
All right.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels.
And I love that she says, oh, we'll fast track your UC citizenship. But isn't there a record of me having literally handed the pirates the legacy? Like, wow.
Chief Yassine, these orders. But you know who this is, correct? Yes, sir. I'll make sure they get what they require.
Oh. Am I? Hello.
That must make you our new envoy. Welcome to Interstellar Affairs. I'm Deputy Chief Diplomat McIntyre, Chief Yassine's second-in-command. And you're someone I've already heard plenty about. One of the few survivors of the SYSDEF debacle and defender of New Atlantis. Not sure if I should duck for cover around you or shake your hand, but you have my thanks for what you did for the city regardless. I was also informed that you gave quite the presentation to the cabinet. Chief Yassine wants you to know the Interstellar Affairs Office is fully committed to this endeavor, accessing the Terrormorph data and beyond. We're going to do everything in our power to make sure you have the tools you need. And that means first getting you into the archives. You do know what the archives are, correct?
Yep. They're the repository for all... No. They're the repositories for all the banned data from the Colony War.
Someone paid attention in current events. So, then you also know that it was originally managed by the 3 major galactic players. Access to the archives is only granted in cases of dire emergency, and requires a one-time use code from each of the 3 armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun.
Now, the UC is already on board, so that means we'll need to convince 2 people. The ambassadors of the Freestar Collective and House Varun to hand over their codes. Get them both and you'll have your data. But that's a lot easier said than done.
Sodium pentothal, okay. You'd think they'd be clamoring to help after the spaceport attack.
I couldn't agree more. However, both ambassadors have reasons they won't, or can't, work with us. Now, I'll provide guidance on how we believe you can acquire each code, but ultimately, it'll be up to you to get them both to cooperate.
And I do mean cooperate. Threats and violence are off the table here. Though that doesn't mean we can't get creative.
But it does mean we need to get you up to speed on who you're dealing with. Who do you want to start with? Ambassador Radcliffe of Freestar, or Ambassador Balmore of House Varun?
Tell me about Radcliffe.
Ah, the good Ambassador Radcliffe. She's a veteran of the Colony War, and her only goal in life is to make ours miserable. Now, officially, our office is suggesting you try and negotiate with her.
Use your experiences as a member of the military and with the threat we're facing to convince her to lend her support.
And who knows? Maybe that'll work. Stranger things have happened. But my suspicion is we're going to have to rely on other tools to get her code.
All right, tell me about these other tools.
Certainly. See, good diplomacy is all about the careful application of pressure. We just need to find the squeeze.
UC Intelligence has a recording device planted in the ambassador's living quarters, which we suspect you can use to your advantage.
But getting caught trespassing is a quick way to land yourself in an embassy holding cell.
So, if you are going to try and access the device, you're going to need to find a way in there without being seen.
Now, we recovered some intel we believe should be able to help with that. But there's also a disgruntled staff member you might be able to pump for information. Maybe even convince to work with you.
Any other things I should avoid inside the embassy?
Yes, many. Don't steal anything. Don't get caught anywhere you're not supposed to. Absolutely do not harm anyone. If something goes wrong, we'll do our best to smooth things over, but I can't make any promises.
All right, that's all the info. Actually, what can you tell me about this staff member?
Name's Cameron Long. He's younger than Ratcliffe, bears less of a grudge towards the UC. He works closely with the ambassador, making him a promising source for information on the ins and outs of embassy life, and someone who very likely hates her guts.
Okay, that's all I needed.
All right. Here, your diplomatic ID. I'll give them a heads up, you're on your way. Not likely to let you through the door otherwise.
And take these. Chief Yassine wanted you to have some options on how to proceed in there.
Ah, embassy security, okay. Thank you.
Captain, would you like...
Alright, tell me about Ambassador... God. Tell me about Ambassador Balmore of Varun.
Ambassador Balmore's a challenge. When the rest of House Varun retreated into seclusion shortly after the signing of the armistice, Balmore stayed here. He's since lent his support to a small number of archival requests, so there's real hope he might again. Though claiming to know how a member of House Varun thinks is a quick way to earn yourself a psych eval.
I'm sure he can be reasoned with. House Varun people are just like us.
Of course, but there is another wrinkle. We're not 100% sure Balmore is actually still alive. His public appearances were always rare, but it's been several years now since he last poked his head out. Scans of the facility show life signs, but not the kind we were expecting.
Your task is to find him and kindly but firmly remind him of his duties under the armistice.
Alright, here's hoping we aren't chasing a corpse. Actually, what do I do if he's dead?
Then you search the embassy for his biometric key, collect your code piece, and we'll go about notifying his next of kin, if we can ever find them. But let's hope it doesn't come to that.
Alright, I'll track him down. Wait, has no one actually been inside the embassy?
The embassy is still legally House Varun's sovereign territory, so we're not technically permitted inside. We've snuck in the occasional spy, of course, but the ambassador has proven more evasive than you'd expect for a man of his age. But we're quite sure he hasn't left the city. The man stands out.
Alright, I'll track him down.
I have no doubt. Now, the embassy front door isn't an option, but our spies have stated there's a side entrance that should allow you access. Here, this device should get you all the way down to the embassy interior. Once you're inside, though, finding the ambassador is going to be up to you. And fair warning, we received a report that alarms might have been tripped inside the embassy during the attacks. Watch out for automated security in there.
Now, if you have additional questions or require clearance for a new approach we haven't already discussed, don't hesitate to ask. I'd suggest you start with Ambassador Radcliffe. Approach her while the attack is still fresh in her and her staff's mind. Be smart out there, Captain.
Alright, I guess we're going to do the Freestar Collective codes first. Alright. Also, I gotta check in with Tuala, because he did task us with going and helping the UC Vigilance, which is now a flying scrap heap. So I wonder what his reaction is.
Captain, Admiral Logan informed me of your part in halting the attacks. Whole damn city owes you. Now, what do you need?
Alright.
Something to report?
Oh, he doesn't comment on it. Damn. That would have been hilarious. He tries to threaten you, or threaten to remove you from the Vanguard for that, but this is Bethesda we're talking about. You can't be 100% evil because no. Yeah, you gotta love that Bethesda will be like, oh, you can't become 100% evil, but Fallout 3 literally lets you nuclear detonate an entire settlement. But yeah, you can't be evil. Alright, do I have to talk to you?
You are a visitor? You'll find the ambassador in her office. Go on through.
Hold on. Shadow quality is low. But for some reason, I literally cannot see this man in the dark. Alright, 5 head. I hope I cut that out. Holy shit. Alright. Hard save. Right here, right now. Oh my. Was this a cell? Kinda looks like it. I got something for you. There you go.
Visitors are only allowed in the lobby or conference room. Terrormorphs, as in more than one? All that security and they still can't protect their own spaceport. The UC never fails to disappoint. I just wish I hadn't received the news from an SSNN broadcast. We have a strategic advantage to maintain, Mr. Long.
Of course, ma'am. I'll make sure it doesn't happen again.
Well, a break room. What? Really? Ooh, what can I cook? Alien jerky. Alien liqueur. Yep. Fermenting specific alien plants. Ooh. The deep. O2 for 5 minutes. Okay. Some of these are really interesting. Cubic food. Alright, I guess we can
Sounds like it was a real mess down
have a
at the
talk.
spaceport.
Hello.
I'm sorry. Do you have an appointment?
Yes. I am... Okay, I could address myself as UC Vanguard or... Ambassador. I'm here on behalf of the United Colonies. We need the Freestar Collective's help.
Ah, you're the one McIntyre called about. The eyewitness. She said you were at the spaceport. You have my thanks for what you did down there, truly. Saved many lives. Now, she also mentioned that, and maybe it was just a bad connection, that now the UC wants Terrormorph data from the Armistice archives, some of the most highly guarded information in the galaxy, in order to protect us all. I can only presume you're here to tell me I misheard her and that they didn't send you, local hero, to futilely beg on their behalf. Tell me I've got that right.
You heard correctly. Oh, wow. No, they sent me to beg. Oh, pretty please. Just please, 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 pretty please. No. That sounds so sarcastic. You heard correctly. We need access to the archives.
I was afraid of that. Let me be frank, Captain. The answer is no. That information is there because it is dangerous. I will not be the one responsible for its release. Now, why don't you quit wasting my time and yours, and go?
I could persuade. Are you serious? There was just an attack on the city and you're not going to help us?
No, Captain, I'm not, and I'll tell you why. What you experienced down there at the spaceport, I've lived that once before already. Fought tooth and nail as aliens rampaged in the streets of my home and others all throughout the collective. But my aliens were placed there by UC hands. So I'm not interested in anyone getting power like that ever again. The UC most of all.
Wow. What if I told you they couldn't be weaponized? Would that change your mind?
You have my answer. Now please take the hint.
Yeah, fuck you, I'll keep saying
You
it.
have my answer.
Fine, I'll figure this out some other way.
I guess you will. Feel free to see yourself out.
Yeah, I'd rather shoot the fuck out of you. Wow, it's acting like it's such a bitch. Yep, feet. Hey, Cameron, give me the dirt.
That woman is an absolute... Oh, sorry. Oh, what? You're the Vanguard captain, right? You know, I was about to board the Nat to the spaceport when the alarm triggered. Sounds like I got real lucky. And like I've got you to thank for things not being a lot uglier.
Alright. I love that. I can say I have a lot of respect for this city. Well, I clearly don't respect. Alright. You did get lucky. It was a war zone. Words. You got lucky. It was a war zone down there.
Well, then you have my earnest thanks. But look, they said you were coming here on official business. The ambassador likes to handle all that personally, even if she does have trained diplomats here to help her. And I don't want to get shipped back to Aquila City, so you should probably go speak to her.
Oh, it sounds like you could do... You could be doing more, a lot more, like working with me. Yeah, we are aware of your skills, Mr. Long. Why the UC sent me to speak to you.
You were sent for me? Huh, maybe... Let's go somewhere to talk.
Alright. F5, just in case. Boom. What's with all of these guys and having shotguns? Okay. I'm following you here, buddy. Speak to Cameron.
So you want me to work with you? But why now? Why me?
Yeah, we need help preventing more Terrormorph attacks, and we're not expecting the ambassador's support.
No, I think that's a pretty safe assumption. And no other city should have to go through what happened here. So then, what would you need from me?
Alright. Need access to her quarters without being seen.
Her quarters? Huh. Well, that's doable. And you and the UC will be providing me with what for my services?
I've got 1,000 credits with your name on them.
Oh, wait. I thought you were looking to hire me. Oh, I'm not taking a bribe.
I guess we can go bigger than that. 8,000?
That much, huh? Okay, no, okay, yeah. Okay, so there's a utility corridor that leads into the ambassador's quarters, which you can access through the main conference room. Here, the key. Whatever you do, don't let the guards see you entering or exiting the utility section, or you're gonna be in serious hot water. I'll keep an ear out for more instructions from the UC.
Alright. Read the FC utility slate. Or security slate? Is that what that said? Oh, and there's multiple locks here. Okay. Okay. Oh, actually, I'm gonna make a... Actually, let me see. What if I take off my suit? Yeah, the spacesuit really does make it harder for you to sneak around. And she just gave me a wicked stink eye, huh? Access the UC listening device. Oh shit, it's... Okay, it wasn't that way. That was the coup de grace. Alright. So I was wrong.
Agent detected. Patching in playback.
don't want to add a seat, right? But what if? What if one opened up? The master's heart in what it used to be. It's not like anyone would miss him. Eva, I think it's time to get some sleep. Just think about it. Maybe we can reach out to some experts at that sort of thing, huh? Good night, Eva.
Alright, I'll get my gear back on so I don't have to suffer a penalty for right now. Ooh. Anything else in here? That is the wrong way. F5. Nothing to see here. I am actually gonna make a hard save. Whoops. Whoops. No, no, no. Come on. There we go. Hello.
Did I not make myself abundantly clear, Captain? You're not getting access to the archives.
Oh, I already know your plan to replace someone at the Council of Governors.
Excuse me? I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh. There's evidence. I imagine bad things would happen if your bosses found out.
No, no. If the Council found out, I'd lose my position. I'd be exiled. I'd be... Look, I believe we may have gotten off on the wrong foot. The issue at hand is one of trust, no? So perhaps if I can trust you to keep this little secret between us, then maybe we can find a way to trust the UC with access to the archives.
Okay. Oh, I can demand money. Okay. Well, with how mean you're being, you call that negotiation without even offering me a gift?
But where are my manners? Here, my pistol. Laredo. Custom made. Now, with my error rectified, I presume we have a deal?
Oh. Fancy. You got yourself a deal.
Good. Good. I appreciate you working with me. Just like I'm sure our great powers will. In fact, I think there's an opportunity here. Keep both our factions happy and ensure an air of legitimacy to the whole proceeding. I can only let you get the information on the Terrormorphs. Anything else and people will get suspicious. And all research will need to be monitored. Freestar scientific observers making sure everything's being used for the right purposes. But those two items should be enough to allay any suspicions.
I can agree to those terms.
Good. Good. Okay. Let's go get you your access.
Alright. Let me also see what that pistol is. Well, holy shit. It's a Ultra Mag pistol and with a binary trigger. Alright. You'll replace the keel hauler for now. Damn. Slap a suppressor on this and it's done. Oh my, so it was just in here? I literally could have gotten it.
Only take a moment. And there. It's not supposed to be a long process. It is for emergencies, after all. Here you go. I hope that'll be enough to maintain your discretion.
Okay. Goodbye. Alright, I'm gonna make a quick pit stop to the well. I did just steal a lot of, already stolen, artwork. Look, I was about to say, is it Galbank? Seriously? No, but it's this door, and I've been up on the rooftops before, but... Oh, it's this door. I never tried to approach it. Alright, let's see what I have to deal with. Place seems trashed. Utterly trashed. Alright, I'm gonna keep the suppressed weapon on. Embassy. Uh-huh. Lobby security, okay. I'll crack this first. Feel like, I might actually need it. Hold on. It's all right there. Alright. Update friend or foe, recalibrate to protect me, and activate. Interesting. Refined Eon. Jeez. We're getting into the absurd territory with how good these weapons can get. Alright, so I've activated the turrets. Except they seem to not be here. Ooh. Planetarium. That's a base. Alright. Well. Let's see. Oh my fucking god. Okay, buddy. Hello there. What? Holy fuck. Robot models are here. Hello. Alright, binary trigger is overpowered. That confirms it. Alright, to truly only fire a shot at a time, I have to hold the trigger. I am actually going to crack these real quick. I can imagine that I might need these. Okay. So that could work here. This could work here as well. What if I do it? Okay. 2 different ones. There we go. We kind of have an issue. There we go. Let's see what I can do here. Robot control. Recalibrate. Activate units. I will probably start hearing... Okay, what's going on? Alright, I guess I've befriended the robots. Something's shooting at me. But it's a bit laggy. Ooh, chunks. All right. Crack it open. Where is the easy one? There it is. Mm-hmm. Would that work? And then this one. There we go. Holy shit. Alright, there's lots of bots here. Okay, the robots are fighting each other now. Except they still want a piece of me. Oh, great. What the hell? Shit. I mean, I have enough armor to take this much abuse. How's that? Approach the stranger. Okay. What are they doing stuck in House of Varun?
So, what seems punishment becomes providence. A reminder we can never truly know the Great Serpent's designs for us. You have my thanks, and my apologies for the ordeal you just endured. Come, let us discuss.
Okay. Only Varun's storeroom keycard can open this. Why are these all marked as owned? This man was stuck here for such a long time. Ooh. Hauler's Varun helmet. That's pretty cool. It seemed like he was stuck here a long time. Oh. Beginning of my tenure as an ambassador. And then ate a surprising message. Oh, wow, okay. You may have mistaken whatever message for the Varun, his Varun buddies. Varun ambassador's suit. Hold up. Wow, that is actually a really nice outfit, but I prefer my poncho. Okay, something detects me. I need to talk to him quick, I guess.
Not the ideal introduction, I suppose, giving you a grand tour of the embassy via barely functioning intercoms. I do greatly appreciate your persistence. I suspect the Venom tree upstairs has worked itself into more systems than I'd realized. But then again, who could cage such a beauty? Eh? Tell me though, what is it like outside? I heard the broadcast mentioning an attack, then the embassy was struck with a power surge and then silence. Has the rest of the city suffered quite so badly?
No. Did you say the thing pouring out clouds upstairs is called a venom tree? Is it poisonous?
Harmless spores, you have my word, but hard to navigate. Hence why I was guiding you through the intercoms to restore the environmental controls and release me. It is the sap of the tree that gives it its... well, perhaps not a topic for this exact moment. But I must know of the rest of the city. Does it still stand?
The spaceport is in rough shape, but not much else was damaged.
Is that right, huh? I shall need to have these repairs seen to sooner rather than later. Now, it cannot solely be the Serpent's grace that brought you here at such an opportune moment. You were sent by the UC. That much is obvious. Who else could just waltz through my door, hmm? And the broadcast spoke of Terrormorphs at the spaceport. A worrying occurrence, certainly, but coming here of all places, when all I could provide is some enthused cheerleading and... an archive code. So the UC requires information, then. On Terrormorphs, presumably, hmm? Do I see this all clearly?
Correct. We're going to use the data in the archives to better understand and stop these attacks.
The preservation of life stands as the very purpose of the archives. Using its data to prevent more attacks, there is logic there. But if I am to grant you access, I have a requirement. For years, House Varun has been known only as an agent of slaughter. We founded this embassy with hopes of shedding that legacy. With little success. In exchange for my code, I require this. You must be the one who ensures it is used for good. Ensure House Varun's legacy is more than just carnage. The knowledge you ask for isn't evil. No knowledge is. It is we who bend it to evil ends. Oh, you must assure me this will be used to save lives, not endanger them.
Knowledge can't be evil? What about the knowledge of, say, gunpowder?
A fine counterexample, responsible for the deaths of millions on ancient Earth. And, fireworks? Absolutely capable of being put to violence, but not evil in itself. And here you are with a similar conundrum. I might be willing to support you if I knew I would not be tarnishing the legacy of House Varun by doing so.
Man. You don't need my assurances. Independent observers will verify it's used responsibly.
Well, then I shall not fear. Please, follow me.
Alright. He's taking his goddamn time. I'm kidding. Oh, and that's kind of funny.
Let's hope it still works. And there. Let it be used for good.
Thank you kindly, sir. He didn't even notice. Alright. I also want to know, how the hell do we get out of here? Could I use the storeroom? Nope. Alright. Guess I go upstairs. Model S Varun bots. Okay. That's cool, I guess. It's a turret in another room. Freaking out. So was there actually a key card I could have picked up? Also, I kind of hate that I can't interact with these mannequins. Also, I guess we could just go. 209. Alright. Guess I picked up one too many things. Scouts EM Equinox. That's pretty cool. Too bad it's a, very much so, basic model. For some reason it doesn't scale. So, that's cool. I could sell that. Okay, Tau grade rheostats. I should not pick up that many of them. First floor. Alright. Wait, is the front door locked? No, it's just shut. And with these codes combined, we make Captain Planet.
Hello.
I mean, no. Okay, McIntyre.
Captain, you're back sooner than... Oh, wait. Did you actually succeed? With Radcliffe? And Balmore? We're all in agreement.
Yep. Code pieces from House Room and Freestar. Ready. Are collected and ready to be deployed.
That's incredible. I wasn't sure Radcliffe would ever get on board. I'm very much looking forward to getting the debrief on how precisely you managed to pull all this off, but that'll have to wait for another time. Regardless, superlative work, Captain. And now, I've already arranged everything with the archival monitors. When you get down there, the UC monitor will give you instructions on how to deploy the codes. Follow them to the letter. Here, the UC code piece and an archival access card. The entrance is just on the other side of the plaza across from MAST. Absolute best behavior down there, all right?
Okay. Now, where am I going? I guess I'll just follow the waypoint. Oh wow, it's actually not that far away. Oh, it's right next to... Okay. Response to the Terrormorph attacks. Wow. Okay, it was right next to the Freeside. Or Freestar. Alright.
And after the UC Navy's defeat at the Battle of Cheyenne by the Freestar Collective's ragtag fleet, both sides decided the time had come to bring the colony war to an end. So, the two parties came together to negotiate the terms of the armistice. Fleet sizes would be capped, mechs and xeno weapons outlawed, and all research related to those fields would be kept under lock and key in their own special archive, which actually rests below our feet as we speak. And while these new restrictions transformed the settled systems overnight...
I already know the gist, but, wow. Rutrow. Okay.
Captain, we've been expecting you. Please approach the monitoring station and we will go over the rules.
Oh, this monitoring station was like
Welcome,
the door.
Captain, to the archives. To proceed, you will need to deposit your codes into the 3 corresponding receptacles. Once they are verified, I will open the door. Your data resides in Unit 18. You will not be able to access any of the other units. Once you've collected your data, return to the entrance. You may insert the first of the archival codes when you're ready to begin.
Alright. Alright, boop. Wow, okay.
You may proceed, Captain.
These are very interesting. T18. I thought there'd be like an actual like gallery style, not like a gigantic set of safes. Alright, let's go. Also, I thought it would be bigger. Like a straight up, here's everything kind of deal. Return the data. Okay, what is it telling me to go to? Okay, to the elevator below. Okay. Cabinet chambers. Alright.
There you are. Captain. Surprised to find out we're having visitors as we work.
Major Sinan and I were just discussing the merits of your planned interfactional cooperation. I think it's a great idea. Get them invested in the solution. Make it clear we've got nothing to hide.
I'm sure they'll be lovely house guests.
Now, Captain, if you wouldn't mind transferring the documents to the Major, she and I have been discussing next steps.
Alright.
Time for us to start getting some real answers. And figure out if we've been asking the right questions. So whenever you're ready.
Yep. I made someone a promise, Hadrian. Can you assure me this data will be used for good?
Yes. It will be. Percival and I have done our damage. This is us starting to put some things right.
Plus, you don't need her word. We'll be setting up oversight alongside the collective.
Alright. Even though, okay. That's weird. Major, you may take possession of the Terrormorph data.
Acknowledged and accepted, Captain. So, with the data out of the way, we've been discussing where exactly this work's getting done. The Red Devil's headquarters on Mars, back where you found Percival, seemed that should even be able to house its own cadre of independent observers. Though it sounded like the deputy had a few more things she needed to discuss with you first.
Indeed. The most important of which is getting you your citizenship.
Then I guess we'll see you on Mars.
Wow.
If you'll follow me.
Oh, you know, I just... Hold on. Hold on. So I'm still getting my citizenship. Despite having destroyed a part of UC SYSDEF and aiding pirates? Wow, Bethesda. Wow, indeed. Okay, everybody in a line. Whoops, I pressed the wrong button. Everybody in the line. Also, why do I walk slower than everyone else does? Yep, we're all in a line.
Holy shit! Right place, right time, am I right?
Okay. What was that?
New Atlantis is lucky you were in town.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what that was. Oh my god. Oh my god. All right.
All right, Captain. Are you ready to become a citizen of the United Colonies?
This doesn't mean I can't be a citizen elsewhere, does it?
It doesn't. We don't really care where else you might have been or might become a citizen. Once you earn your place in the United Colonies, it's yours.
I'm ready.
Good. This isn't the only item we need to discuss, so I'll give you the short version. Please raise your hand. Captain, through your actions today and in days past, you have earned your place among the United Colonies. Through service, bravery, strength, and upholding of the mutual good. Will you carry and cultivate these values for as long as you remain a citizen?
I will.
Then, Captain, I'm pleased to welcome you into the United Colonies as a full citizen. Here, your official ID and your citizenship dispensation. We've also let the Aphelion Realty office out in the plaza know you're approved to purchase property. Now, the other item we needed to discuss. There's a member of the UC who's asked to speak to you, but this person is in a sensitive position. Normally, we wouldn't even consider something like this, but we think this person has information that could prove useful in dealing with the Terrormorphs. And they've stated they'll only share it with you. They asked for you by name. So I need your agreement that everything you're about to see is kept in the strictest confidence. You can tell no one. Can you agree to these terms?
Ask for me by name. Who are you talking about?
I'm sorry. I can't share any more without your word. Do I have it?
I'll take it to my grave, I guess.
Let's hope it never comes to that. Head to the elevator. You're going to subsection 7. I'll make sure you're cleared for access by the time you get there.
And I just got a ton of credits, just one on top of the other. Also, I am now an employee. No, I am a... Hold on. Oh, wow, it says... Where is my ID? Yep, citizenship ID. It looks like a credit card. Okay, I thought it was in my MISC useful items section. Okay. So I can buy property now.
Is that too much to ask?
Subsection 7. I'm asking, I don't know. I don't know what this is about, but there's no one here.
Logging authorized entry, unsealing access. You may proceed down the corridor.
Okay. Ouch. What?
Welcome, Captain. Please.
Hell?
Come down and approach the intercom. You and I should chat. President Abeyo was kind enough to give me a few files to peruse. Quite the series of accomplishments you've managed. But now you face a foe unlike any other. An invisible enemy, lurking in the shadows. You're going to need all the help you can get, which is why I hoped we could speak. Do you know who I am?
You do look sort of familiar.
There's a reason for that. Introductions first, though. I'm Francois Sanon, but most know me as Vivictus.
Oh, shit.
I was an admiral during the Colony War. One of its great villains, if you believe the slates. I was to be executed for my crimes, but the previous regime deemed me too valuable to simply discard. So they put me here, a sacrifice on the altar of peace. Even my death served the colonies.
Wait, Sanon? That's Hadrian's last name.
Very astute. That's my daughter. My progeny. You've been working alongside. Has she shared with you the nature of our little family?
She told me she's your clone. Yes.
Did she? So willing to trust Hadrian. I never did succeed in driving that out of her. Our relationship has always been a challenging one. The Major was born to become a great leader, carry on the legacy I established, and was given all the finest training to support it. And she excelled. But the universe cut all that short. Now, though, it's placed even more crucial work in front of the two of you. And I think I have a part to play in helping you accomplish what you've set out to do.
Can you tell me more about this cloning program?
It was an attempt by the United Colonies to solidify its own legacy, forging a new generation of great leaders. They were raised by adoptive families made up of scholars and tacticians, trained at the United Colonies' greatest scientific and military academies, displayed incredible promise. But by the time the Colony War came to a close, there was only Hadrian. But that's ancient history now. You have much more pressing matters at hand, with which I can help.
Okay. I'm not gonna be rude. He was willing to help. Why would I want to be rude here? Okay, I'm listening.
After some long years earning the trust of this current regime, the UC has been permitting me to work alongside one of their recovery teams, helping them gather intelligence on, locate, and organize scenarios to lure in some of the criminals that evaded justice after the Colony War. With quite a few successes, I might add. But in the process, I managed to find something else. The names and locations of Hadrian and Percival's old research team. Valuable manpower for the effort you're about to embark on. I'll tell you where they are, but in exchange, I need something dealt with.
You track down war criminals? People like you? How's that work exactly?
Well, who better to find them? But many of them I knew personally, and I've always had a mind for details. Where someone was born, next of kin. You'd be shocked how often an otherwise brilliant criminal flees to the planet just next to the one where they were born, or where a family member resides. I simply use my own personal knowledge and the information our group collects for me to track them down and set things right.
Go on.
There is a former colleague of mine, a man by the name of Dr. Reginald Orlaise. Like myself and Hadrian, he was involved in some of the United Colonies' more problematic lines of research. Mech weapons were his specialty. If it dealt death, he could make a deal more. When the Colony War ended, he fled, refusing to face tribunal, and has continued to peddle his skills to the highest bidder to this day. But I finally found him. I want you to track him down and deal with him, however you're able. I'm not expecting he'll come quietly. evidence that the job's done, and I'll tell you what I know.
Why have me do this? Why not hand this over to one of the members of this recovery team?
Captain, your files indicate a track record of unlikely successes. It is my genuine hope that, perhaps down the line, you might become a part of our team. And this might be something of a tryout.
Alright. How do I know you're not asking me to kill an innocent man?
Speak to Deputy McIntyre. I'm sure she'd be happy to hear that someone might be tying up this loose end at long last. Though I would ask you, do not make the mistake of confusing me for a simple cutthroat.
Alright. How about I arrest him and turn him over to the UC?
You can certainly try, but the man's been out there 20 years. He's likely gone feral by now. Easier for all if you simply blow up his ship and be done with it.
Alright. Oh, consider him dust. Well, maybe I shouldn't make a decision quite yet.
By all means.
Oh, hold on. Yeah, well, before I make such a heavy, or really hasty decision, I believe I have to end the video here. Quite literally the most surprising thing ever. Wow. Yeah, please leave a like, subscribe, hit the bell, set notifications to all, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.